Waking Life episode.
It's time for Movie Buzz. It is time for Movie Buzz. Tell your mom, your sister, and your cousin it's time for Movie Buzz. Here comes your host, Zach, carrying a six-pack. Come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for Movie Buzz. Yeah, come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for Movie Buzz.
This is what's hilarious about this
Jeez.
is if you were driving down the street with freaking a bullhorn playing, like you would only hear like a part of that on the street. All you'd hear is like, "Those control my life," you know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I want freedom.
When I watched this, like I was like, you know what? At the end, he's like, and that's what I have to say about that, or whatever. You know, it's like that's all that those people right next to you heard of that entire rant.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
They're like, what? What did he just? This crazy guy.
So we will.
I do love what he says though about.
We've got to realize that we're
He's like,
the
some
21st century is.
not the century of slavery, not the century.
All right, I'm done.
Show no significance. Two sides of the same coin. They mentioned that earlier too.
We are two sides of the same coin.
It's like a train.
Yeah.
We understand that.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to wait till he gets to resistance is not futile. We're gonna win this thing. Mankind is too good. We're not a bunch of underachievers. We're gonna stand up and we're gonna be human beings. We're gonna get fired up about the real things, the things that matter, creativity, and the dynamic human spirit that refuses to submit. Well, that's all I gotta say about that. Well, the ball's in your court. What are you talking about? He just put some ball in my court, and I don't even know what I have to do.
Yeah.
Like,
You need to get fired up, though.
the ball's in your court. What?
You're not getting fired up. That's the main thing.
This is one thing I'm also curious about. Like, look how detailed. Like, this guy looks like a portrait, like a living portrait. You know what I mean? Like, it's so detailed. And the other guys, like, faces sometimes are just, like, one solid color in their eyes. You know, like, this is... It adds to that whole... I think that's more or less the way it all ties together, even before he realizes it's dreaming, is, like, the way that it's animated. And that's supposed to be part of it. It's supposed to give you that feeling that it's, like, all kind of dreamy.
Yeah.
Not that he knows he's
It's
dreaming,
not
but
real.
like, yeah. Like, that's what all this, you know. I mean, look at this guy. Look at his eyes. I mean, look, he's nuts. This is fucking weird. This isn't what real people look like. But I think
a cartoon, yeah.
Juxtaposition. Because he was just talking to this guy that looks like a fucking portrait, and now this guy is just like solid yellow t-shirt. Not as much detail.
Yeah.
The other thing looked like kind of pixelated or something. I don't know.
It's a different kind of animation.
Yeah, but it's like back to back, so it kind of makes it choppy and dreamlike, I guess. Makes it sensical almost. It's my expert analysis on the.
We should smoke some.
We're getting
weed.
there.
In a dream, where only you exist, you try to figure out whether or not you can fuck that chick that you're talking to. But if you said something, it'd probably scare her off. One man, one mission. To figure out if listening to her long enough is going to get him laid.
Will Hedrick in. That's what she said.
A story for all ages. Bring your family to see.
That's just in. A new sensation sweeping the nation. Smoking tobacco like crack.
To Krakow.
What if they did that with tobacco? Like they took it, broke it down.
The ancient Indians.
Broke it down to its like pure nicotine form. Like just like a paste of nicotine. And smoked it like that.
That'd be awesome. That'll be awful. Dude, I only have to smoke like 4 of these a day instead of like 15 cigarettes.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good for your lungs. You get that metallic taste and feel.
all nicotine, nothing else. All nicotine. It's hard to find nicotine concentrate, though.
Like, what are those drops, Tobacco. Is it just a flavor of the e-cigarette, or what is... Sorry, I'm not hip to the...
Those are
to be square.
Those are like kind of like nicotine concentrate, though. You're right.
I do like I can't even talk. Jesus.
Now, right here, he's not even in this one.
Yeah, no.
I think maybe he's that chick, the short-haired chick. That's him. Because that's the role he's playing that he always plays. The silent one just listening.
I like how she was saying, like, that when you're younger, you think, like, everything's going to stop and I'm going to be, married, job, kids, like, everything's just going to, like, reach this plateau.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't put into consideration, like, the endless curiosity of human beings.
Yeah.
Every day is, like, a new challenge sort of thing. It's not like life's just some, like, glossed over thing.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, even if you're trying not to experience life, like, it's just there.
Yeah.
It's just coming at you. Unless you're, like, get paid to play, like, World of Warcraft or something.
Same thing, man.
Excuse me.
Challenge every day.
It's the neo-human. That's the technology. Those people are just, like, bonding through technology. They're becoming cyborgs. They have, like,
There's
their
a guy.
headphones on.
You
with
know,
their
there's a guy.
microphones.
He got a contract to play Warcraft 3.
Nice.
Guess how much he got for 1 year?
$50,000. I don't know.
$500,000.
Nice.
Contract to join a Warcraft 3 team.
To do what? Like what?
To play Warcraft 3 competitively with this team, whether they won or lost, just like playing with them and like wearing their sponsors' gear and shit like that.
I always get lost in this fucking monkey. The monkey professor. It's pretty awesome. And then watching it looks like some old clips from like Nirvana or some shit.
Yeah.
Some like grunt. Yeah, like right there it looks like Cobain. Right? Right?
Yeah, man.
It's Cobain, man. Sorry. It was weird. Just got real personal. I only make those sounds for a few choice people. Sorry, it's clearing my throat there. This show's just going to be a creepy one.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, it's all about dreams, right?
It's all about creepy dreams. This is all a dream.
He still hasn't figured out that he's in a dream, though. He's still like...
Begin again from the beginning. And then we'd start over. Oh.
Well, like, I immediately would be like, is that a projector with film?
Yeah.
This is a dream.
This is not real.
Those
These
don't
things
exist.
don't exist.
If I traveled through time...
This isn't what people talk about in real life when they're at places. This is a dream.
Like, you just meet a old guy at the bar, and he's like, let me talk to you about
Animal
reality.
Let me talk to you about the way you experience this world.
Okay.
Is it significant? I argue.
Let's analyze
I
that.
argue no.
Let's cite Plato and Nietzsche.
Would you like to argue against me or just listen to what I have to say?
You should probably just listen.
That's right. That's your role in the film. Listen to me.
Listen close.
Sir, you're old and senile. We're not in a film. This is real life. What the fuck are you talking about? I like to drink myself to sleep
Every night.
at the bar.
This is where I go to sleep.
This is my bed. This is who I am. Do not judge me, but talk to me about quantum mechanics.
Don't sit in that booth. I've shit in it.
Just specifically because in an alternate reality, I knew you would be showing up here one day, so I shit in it so you would have to talk to me about string theory.
In that alternate reality, you didn't talk to me, and you sat in my shit.
And you're eating a cherry jubilee, sitting in my shit, not knowing. And I had to go to the hospital for my prostate exam, so I couldn't tell you that you were sitting in my shit. God, alternate realities will fuck you up.
You're sitting in shit.
In an alternate reality, I am sitting in shit.
Yes, that's true.
I could be right now. I'm just not aware of it. I'm numb. Numb from the hips to the lips. I mean,
What?
wait, then I could feel if I was shitting and shit. You know what I mean, though. I'm numb. Oh, I just kicked the thing.
No one knows what
Kicking
you mean.
shit. I'm just like this movie.
This
Just
guy,
a stream of consciousness coming at you.
this guy's just high. I mean, his eyes are red. He's obviously just out of his mind.
There he is. That's Stephen Prince.
Okay.
It's a very... Scorsese made this documentary called American Boy
Mm-hmm.
about this guy. He was in the movie Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
He sold Robert De Niro the guns. He was the guy in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember.
He's like, "What do you need? You need some uppers? Like, I can get you the crystal, methamphetamine." Like,
Yeah.
that guy. He is just like the most charismatic, like best storyteller you have ever heard in your life. You know what I mean? Like, he just like draws you in. The punchlines are always on time. Like, all the stories are like really meaningful or hilarious. And this is insane, He's talking about some guy robbing at a gas station and having to fucking shoot him like 6 times
Yeah.
because he's coming out with a machete.
And then he shoots the bartender.
That's pretty epic. But he has other great stories. I would suggest to check out American Boy. And then our guest Tommy Pilata did a documentary called American Prince. And he caught up with this guy. They put him in this movie, but he also did a documentary about him, about like what he's up to now and shit. And about the documentary about the documentary. What stories have impacted people the most. And like, it's pretty cool. But you should check out that American Boy, the original one. It's really interesting. He has a lot of good stories to tell. And he was like addicted to heroin. At one point, he was like, I was up at the shooting gallery getting ready to like fucking tie off. He's like, I'm waiting in line. I see this open spot on the couch. I sit down, there's a blanket there, and I sit down, and everyone stops and stares at me. I look under the blanket, there's this dead guy just like, he's like, so what I do, he's like, I get back up, like, I just go over to the wall, I lean against the wall, and I tie off. He's like, I'm not going to lose my spot in line, like. Like, he just said it, but he tells it way better than I do. I do an awful job. Yeah, of course, you're an awful storyteller. But
no, you were just talking, he was like some epic.
I'm just trying to sum it up. Like, this
That was a horrible story.
But the stories he tells have wound up in movies. Like the Pulp Fiction scene, the most infamous one where they stab her through the heart with the adrenaline.
Yeah.
That was in that documentary in 1976. Tarantino took that directly from that documentary, word for word.
That's pretty cool.
And like the guy, Eric Stoltz, in the red hair and the robe and shit, like, get me my fucking medical dictionary. Like, he kind of sounds just like him. He's all like manic and fucking like, It's pretty crazy. But like, yeah, his stories are nuts. He's like, the only difference is I got the plunger out of her chest before she like shot up, He's like, in the movie, they had the plunger just sitting there in her chest.
Yeah. Which was way better.
Yeah. Boom, he's about to pull that trigger. Why don't you pull the trigger and find out?
Blam. Well, he asked me to.
Blammo. And then his eye, that one eye's all like all warped and fucking just moving around. Like, they had to animate this shit. Like, not only, this background is constantly like moving and like shifting the whole time throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I can't imagine just sitting there, frame after frame. Like,
what if that's how other people see, though? But they're used to it, so.
What?
They
Are
don't
you trying to
notice.
mind blow me?
Yeah.
Mind blow.
You
Suck
know
it off my mind.
Like, what if, I might perceive the world like that to you if you saw through my eyes. But for me, it's normal.
Right, I'm just as real as anybody. I can't for sure verify that you are a 100% like sentient being, like that you exist outside of my
Well,
my mind.
You just did, though.
How did I just prove that?
By
Talking to you?
posing the question to me.
I guess so. But I mean, if you were in my dream and I asked you and I didn't know I was dreaming, I guess you would just respond like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Or like, I would assume that would be your response in my dream.
All you know is that you exist.
Yeah, that's all I know. And
I'm a
I know that
dream.
you can like physically influence me. You can
This-
introduce pain to me or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I assume you're real because you can inflict pain on me, even if it's imagined and this is all a dream. It still hurts in the dream, so I'm not going to test that theory. You are real, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Don't hit me with that bottle of booze.
I'm gonna do it.
You fucker.
I'm gonna prove prove that it's all real.
The fucking Jim Brewer like thing he's doing, like that Joe Pesci, the Joe Pesci show. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really bad at impressions. I just throw out really bad impressions, and they all sound the same. Hey, how you doing? I'm Anne Hathaway.
Every time. Hey, how's it going? I'm Bill Clinton.
I was doing this
Bill
interview.
Clinton in the house.
Yeah, I did not inhale. I did get a blowjob. Though. No, I was trying to do earlier. I was talking to Andy Milder on the phone. We have an interview with him coming up, like I said earlier, like after a while, next episode or so. But he was talking about, he's like, Chris Rock was talking about, it's easy to do voiceover work. He's like, that's my Chris Rock impression. I was like, that is the best Chris Rock impression on the show so far.
Yeah.
I'm
not even going to attempt.
Yeah.
No, don't even throw it
Yeah,
at me.
because you'd probably do like I do like a Chris Tucker impression or something, or like for some reason a Jackie Chan impression.
Yes.
Like you try to think of a Chris Rock
a
line or something like that.
Yeah, like it.
Put some tussin on
That's
it.
it's like a dick.
Put some tussin on it.
Dick in a glass case. Case of emergency. Break glass.
I'm just trying to think, like when I do it, I want to try and do like an Eddie Murphy impression for some reason. And then all of a sudden it turns into Eddie Murphy as Donkey and fucking Shrek, come on, man. What you doing over there? Crazy ogre.
That was all right. That was good.
Oh,
I felt like Shrek.
I feel like I've met this guy before in my life. Like I've just ran into some guy that has like almost dreaded hair because it probably doesn't watch it too much, and like just random spurts of time where he crashes in someone's room or something, and he's just like the chill down dude that you probably have to buy breakfast for, but he'll hang out and fucking wax philosophical with you for a while, like as long as you want.
Then this is where the lucid dream starts being questioned. Have you ever lucid dreamed?
Yes, twice.
Twice. What'd you do?
One, I remember one specifically that I was riding those old-timey bikes with Abraham Lincoln. It had like, the huge front wheel and a little tiny back wheel. I was like, no, what is this? And then I was like, holy shit, I'm dreaming. And then it was kind of like a 5-second sort of thing. And then I was out of it. Like I started floating. And at that point, you're supposed to be more in realization that you're dreaming and you can control it, not drifting out of it, but I didn't. And then I don't really remember the second time. I just know that I kind of did it. I didn't really.
But you've never had like total control?
I did one time, but it was so long ago. I never. It wasn't something I did on the regular. It was just so happened,
Yeah.
I tried for so fucking long. And that first one, the Abraham Lincoln one, like that was a revelation. Because the second one wasn't really as significant, I don't think. So. And that was like fucking 10 years ago or some shit. So no, I haven't for a long time. But no, it'd be incredible. I always remember thinking how incredible I think that it would be.
Yeah.
Not waking up. Sometimes you have some like kind of crazy fucking nightmare or some shit, like to not wake up like that would be very cool.
Yeah.
But then you get into this thing. He's like, I just want to wake up, How do you end a dream? And then the guy just tells him, it's easy. Just, you just wake up. And he does. Like, damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Motherfucker.
I've done it a whole bunch.
I like this guy.
Like it got pretty easy
Talking
for me.
about social lubricator. But go ahead.
It got pretty easy for me to lucid dream, and I could definitely do it and have total control.
I just tried to drink this beer. And, I'm holding it horizontally because it's completely unopened.
You're dreaming.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Now it still happens like every once in a while, but I used to like have it every night. I could just think about it before I went to sleep.
Okay, so you actually did like that's part of a ritual you can do.
Yeah.
Is thinking about it. I mean, you can like train yourself, like you said, the clocks and stuff. You can train your eye to look at. But like, dude, there's some
things that are off.
There's some in-depth things that are
but
like.
some people can read in their sleep, and some people can all that, and some people.
Well, there's
can't.
one. There's this one source I have. It's like the Beginner's Guide to Lucid Dreaming, and it gives you like this list of words, and it's like every time you hear this word throughout the day, question if you're in a dream.
Yeah.
It's like a common thing. Like you hear someone call your name or something, then you have to. You look at the time, you look at a screen, look at words, something like that. So then when you're in a dream, if someone's like, "Hey, Zach," you're like, "Oh, am I in a dream?" It's like common things that you would do. It's really strange though.
Yeah.
It's like on Monday, if you hear someone knock twice, question if you're dreaming. Like,
and there's some of them too. Like in this movie, he cites like flip switches, light switches on
right,
and
the
off.
circuitry. Yeah, he's saying that the
Some
circuitry's
people
kinda messed up.
though, some people can adjust light levels in their dream.
That's why there's a variety of methods
Yeah.
to test that shit. Like the clock time. That is one thing I remember.
Yeah.
My second one, I remember. That's how I found out I was dreaming. I asked somebody what the time was, and it was like 98:34:92.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like they said it like, or some like nonsensical number,
Yeah.
like 84:10. It's 84:10 o'clock. What the fuck is that?
84:10, Yeah.
But yeah, it was some kind of like time signature sort of thing. But the book, I like how it was like conditioning you to look for specific things that happen like pretty much every day. So if you're dreaming, it
Yeah.
would probably happen. To, like,
You got to
look
get
for it.
in the habit of asking if you're in a dream.
Yeah. Yeah. And it got real. I tried it for like maybe a week. It got real tedious real fast. It's like, oh God, I'm not dreaming. And it was not happening where in my dream it was, so I was just like, and then I get told, well, you smoke weed before bed and that helps you not dream or something. Some like, urban myth that's like never been verified scientifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
for
smoke
sure.
weed, you will urinate at least 2 times more frequently at night.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows.
Yeah. Yeah. But whatever. No.
I would just like as I was going to sleep, I would lay there and think about, dreaming.
And titties.
Yes. No, I would think about like
And
going
ass.
to sleep and entering a dream and being in control of the dream. I would just think about that and like what I would do if I was in that dream, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I would like go to sleep, like thinking about that, like just setting up dream scenarios. Like what would I do if I was in a dream that I was
Yeah.
in control of?
It's like if I have
And then-
I know I'm going to be dreaming.
And usually I would fall asleep and that wouldn't happen, but eventually of just like after doing that for a long time, just thinking about that before I went to sleep, I would just go to sleep and like be there and be like, this is the dream that I was just thinking about,
Right.
and I have control over it.
Well, like when I was doing my research into this, it was like pre fucking smartphone and shit. So you weren't like, Google wasn't at your hand and stuff.
yeah.
Like the other night I was laying here and I had on YouTube and it was something like, it had it's like this relaxation one and there's this guy in the background. He's like, when you sleep, you will realize you're dreaming. Your forehead is completely relaxed. Your nose and chin follow. You realize that the tension in your shoulders is loosening. You're like, man, I'm just gonna pass out before I get through your instructions. I'm afraid that because it's like a 3-hour long thing. Are you awake? No, you're a fucking idiot. There's no such thing as lucid dreaming. I hope you dream about vampires sucking the blood through your penis. Vampire penises. Yeah. I don't know if that's what happens or not. It could be. I should just fast forward.
You're asleep at that point, who knows?
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it. Hopefully I don't have dreams about that.
I gotta.
You have to urinate.
Yeah.
Hit the head.
Oh yeah.
While Will takes a urinate break, we're going to it's just me. I'm going to remind everybody that you can check us out on the Facebooks, like and share the links to newer episodes. I like to update everyone on the new guests and the new movies we'll be watching, so find us there. We're also on Twitter at movie_buzzed, which we have been much more active on lately. And we have an Instagram. It's just Movie Buzzed, all one word. I think there's like 4 pictures up there, so enjoy those. And as always, you can find us over at teamprocreate.com. We are one of 2 procasts. Isn't that exciting? One of 2 procasts. You can check out our whatever. What do we call them? Our brothers in arms. Pod on Pod. They review other podcasts. They're getting quite a few mentions from the larger pod community. So check both of us out over at teamprocreate.com. And don't forget, you can reach the show via email, moviebuzzed@gmail.com or moviebuzzed@teamprocreate.com. That should edit into some kind of coherent statement about where you can find our show. We have Adam Goldberg on here. He's famous. He's the
Last
Jewish
podcast.
hammer or whatever. What was
Yeah.
that? The Hebrew hammer. Hebrew hammer.
In the flesh.
Gefilte fish.
In the
gefilte flesh.
In the animated gefilte flesh.
Bam. We really fleshed that out real fast. Like, that's how you form a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Two comic minds coming together. Working. Twerking. And jerking.
Towards gefilte flesh.
Hey, old man, what you doing up there?
Here's the problem with existentialism. Is it's all, like, theoretical and stuff. So you're like, what?
There's this old guy up on the fucking telephone pole, and they're like, what are you doing up there? And he's like, I don't know. And I really wish his answer would have been, have you never seen the movie Tremors? Well, it's come true.
You better run.
You can't hide. The graboids will take hold. Do you know that they announced there's a Tremors 5. There are these Tremors called like ass blasters or something like that.
Ass blasters?
Yeah, I think
Is
that's
that
their
what
name.
they're called?
Dude, I'm gonna look it up right now.
They blast your ass?
I'm gonna give you a legitimate name. No, they have some kind of like gaseous explosion that occurs from their hind quarters, if you will.
Ass blasters. Gas blasters?
Boom, ass blaster. Tremors Wikipedia.
That's probably like a do not click on that. You will be flagged by the FBI.
Yeah, not only are you talking about federally illegal drugs, but you're also talking about ass blasters. You're Googling it. The ass blaster is a term for the third and final morph stage of the graboid's life cycle. The imago stage.
So
Much like a butterfly.
They would be
In terms of the imago stage of a caterpillar.
Now, that's the technical term, right? That's what the scientists thought of.
No, it's classification Animalia, Bilateria, Cephalopoda.
Oh, it's a okay.
It's a cephalopod.
But they aren't technically called
Vermiformade.
ass blasters.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Caedrus americana combustus.
Ass blasters.
Ass blasters, get them.
Get them ass
You
blasters.
can't shoot them, no, because then they blast that ass.
Go get them ass blasters.
They only have like one person from the original cast still doing it, Michael Gross. He's on like Tim and Eric randomly and shit, you know, like he's probably doing it for the paycheck. But you know, not saying Michael Gross is awesome, you know. He was the dad in Family Ties. I mean, if he wants to be on the show, that'd be great. So that's how I lure people on. I'm like, yeah. Ass blasting fucking Michael Gross. His last name's Gross. It goes without saying.
It's gross.
Ass blasters. That's what they should call it. Tremors 5 Ass Blasters, starring Michael Gross.
The sequel.
The sequel to the sequel to the sequel that you never saw. Tremors 5 Ass Blasters. Michael Gross's Ass Blasters. Who's this? This fucking pink.
Yeah, this movie is still going.
What is happening to this pink
You're
thing?
like, is this movie still going?
Dude, it's still going. We've only been here for an hour and 20 minutes. I've sat through like fucking damn near 3 hours of Harry Potter before. Yeah. The first Harry Potter episode we did, we had like 4 interviews. It was like 4.5 hours. See, I've tested. I've time tested myself. Fuck. I did the fucking Oscar thing. It was like 6 hours, damn near. Because of
shit.
Yeah, I was pissing in bottles. That's something I need to talk about. That's like a dream. They're like, oh man, I've always wanted to be on the radio. It's a dream. Also, that dream includes pissing in jugs.
Piss jugs.
Yeah, I know. It makes my mom proud.
It's part of life.
I think someone approached her and was like, what is this about your son peeing in bottles on the internet? Peeing in bottles on the internet.
Oh, great.
There's no video, Ma. The only video's in my mind. And for those of you that make that stuff up.
Which is far worse than it would be.
Sometimes people are into that, sir.
So, Zach, let me ask you. What does it feel...
Well, let me answer you.
What does it feel like being a dream character?
What? Are you talking about your dream?
You're in my dream. You're a dream character in my dream. How does that feel?
I'm just buzzing along in a polite and efficient manner.
Yeah. Like everything your whole life before now is just a memory set up so that you are this dream character for me right now.
So that I drive the story forward whenever we're together.
You did not exist until we met earlier this evening. and then you existed at that point, implanted with all the memories of your life.
To drive your dream forward, like to progress your
Yes, to
dream.
be a character in it. How does that feel?
I feel sad for you because in your dreams you want to do a podcast with me. That's what you're dreaming about right now. This is a dream.
Awesome.
I know it is
I'm
pretty
having
cool.
fun.
I'm having a good time. I hear Milo in the background crying like a little baby. He wants out.
So don't
Jeez.
feel sad for
It's
me.
like, oh. I feel sad for myself because my
But
existence,
your dream character, how you're not really feeling.
my resistance will be moot by the time you walk out the door. By the
Just
time,
like this movie. And any movie about dreams.
but hey, I gave you a ride here, so the dream isn't over until I take you home, right? Right?
I don't know.
Is that how that works?
Who knows?
By the way, could you give me a ride?
Who knows?
I could really use one of those boat
It
car
really
things.
depends on how much I drink. If I drink enough, then I'll just end up at home.
If
I'll be like, it was all a dream.
if you drink enough, we're gonna end up driving home in a boat car. Your dream will be awesome. I will be the Captain Morgan of your boat car.
That'll be that sounds dirty. I don't know.
You
if
never
I-
Captain Morgan
I
another
don't know
guy
if I can
before?
get on board with that.
Pun intended, motherfuckers. You've never Captain Morgan another guy before?
That-
You've
that-
never lived. All I can tell you is it ends with both guys doing the Captain Morgan pose.
It doesn't sound good. I'll pass.
Yep, that's how it ends, man. Two Captain
All
Morgan.
right.
This is gonna get a little weird.
So now that
Two Captain Morgans.
now that we know that you're just a dream,
Cheers. Cheers to you. I'm sticking to beer in my dream. I'm driving you home. I'm sticking to beer, the safe stuff. I don't want that. Drink, motherfucker. I think I'm going to get some honey whiskey out of the freezer. Sounds delicious. I have some cola.
I don't have to be home in any particular time.
Don't
drunk.
don't lackadaisically shrug your shoulders at me.
You're just a
How
dream.
dare you?
You're part of a dream.
But you should still acknowledge the importance of my existence, if that's the case.
Now, quander me this.
Quantum me this butt man.
What if the listeners of the show who are listening to it, they aren't actually listening to it? This is a dream. What we are talking about is all a dream in their head that they've made up.
And they're just, oh God. Oh God.
They have fallen asleep watching Waking Life. You know what I'm saying? And
Are they listening to us while they're watching it?
no,
That would not be
no.
fun at all.
No, they aren't. They're not. We are a dream.
We are a
They're
dream.
dreaming that they are listening to us while they're watching. it.
Right, so they're just making up this text as they go along.
Yes.
This, whatever, conversation.
So what they're hearing now is just their own mind, their
Right.
own dream.
Bill, you need to fucking grow up. Be a man.
Get a job.
Your father's death is not an excuse for your ignorance and laziness.
Quit listening to podcasts.
Catherine, you're living a slovenly, egotistical life. You need to slow your roll, shut your mouth, and fly right.
But your spirit is good, Catherine.
Timothy. Tim. Can I call you Tim?
Timbo.
Tim, you are doing things the right way. Keep it up. I hope you dream about lollipop rivers filled with gummy bear trees and salmon that are actually made out of
But-
more lollipops.
But, don't be an asshole about it, Tim.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
You're starting to get there,
it's not
bud.
cool.
You're starting to get there,
Not
bud.
cool. Catherine, once again.
Come on. Step up or, shape up or ship out.
Really, Catherine?
Like I said earlier, I hate to use the word bitch, but you're kind of being one.
Whoa. Catherine. You are overreacting right now.
Stan.
Relax. This is just a dream.
Stan the
Just a
man.
dream. It's just a dream.
Can I call you Stan the Man Cunningham? Because I do anyway, so I'm going to keep on doing it. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but please. Please. You don't have to move your hands like that when you talk. You're a fucking asshole. People hate how animated you are, so just take it down a notch.
Go to sleep.
All you have to do is wake up. It's that easy, Stanley. Stan.
Oh my God.
I hope there's at least one person that listens to the show named Stan.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe it's Stan Lee, and that really had like a big impact on him because he's like, my name's Stan Lee, and you said Stanley. I'm a really big fan of the show.
I have a computer program that searches every single audio file
The
on
next,
the internet.
the tweet for the show will be like, thanks to @Stan Lee for being @MovieBuzz biggest fan. Retweet if you like. That'd be awesome. You hear that?
That's funny. I heard it, yeah.
Jeez, this guy, his voice is nuts. He's like, life is not a dream, you know? Like he's beware and beware and beware. I like it.
The anti-dreamulator. I've invented the anti-dreamulator.
Yes, I have successfully ensconced it inside of my hair. Just part it and dive inside, Wiley Wiggins. You are my favorite character actor, Wiley Wiggins.
Wiley Wiggins?
By the way, I wanted to watch Ben Affleck spank you with that paddle so bad in Dazed and Confused, but he did not. I really wanted to see it. Did he? Wait, maybe he did.
Yeah, he did.
That movie's a dream, and in my version of it, he did not spank you.
He spanked you hard.
He did not spank you,
The
and I
problem-
enjoyed the tease of him about to spank you.
The problem with that,
The problem is that the Dreamulator is...
it's broken.
It's broken, but it's still in my hair, so it's on fire, and it hurts. And I need your help. Boom. Banging down that rum. Banging it down the gullet,
Do it.
banging it down on the
Do it.
table.
Take yourself some.
Take yourself some
Get-
rum-a-dum-dum in your
We're
tum-a-dum.
pirates. Arr, matey.
Yes. The show's stepping up a notch right here, man. I usually don't get too drunk on the show. Everyone complains. 'Cause
It
I'm like-
was movie buzz, but now it's movie fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, you're always
Fucked up.
you've only had like one beer. Because I always comment on people drinking fast, you know. It's probably because I'm drinking slow, but they're like, you had one beer. Except of course, Josh Cummins. He is not a drinker by trade.
Yeah,
So
good
yeah.
guy. Then.
He's a great guy, but I think I gave him a beer and he left like almost 3/4 of it out.
That's alcohol abuse.
Yeah. Well,
I've
I mean,
always said he's an alcohol abuser. He only
will
drinks one drink and leaves leaves the rest.
I will not fine him for said because it was like a 30-cent beer because it was like a PBR out of like a 30 case. So.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably like a 15-cent
But
beer.
it's classic form.
12.5 cents. Yeah, that's Josh to a T.
Boom.
Boom, Josh. You don't drink beer. You leaving it undrank on the table. Tell me about it. Tell me, you don't got cooties. I'll drink it. Just give me a sip of brew, buddy. We're pals. We play D&D together. We've lied to our other friends playing a game together. I mean, come on. I tried to explain that in the last fucking
No.
Resistance, the game. It was impossible. I talked about it 10 minutes, and I just gave up because I was just going so in depth, especially with the expansion.
Yeah.
And there's this guy
exactly.
that can see what everyone's doing, but then he can't see this one guy, and the one guy that he can't see can see everybody else, but he can't see the other guy. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
God.
It's a show upon itself.
exactly. No, like you have to play the game. You can't even describe it. Like if you actually just sit down and play it,
Or watch someone play it.
you will never be the same again. Our co-host Brian and his wife played it with us, and he said that was the best game that he's ever
but
played.
you never get it the first time, though.
He said it was the best game he ever played, and he did get it the first time. He was a spy with you, and you lie. He helped you lie. He's like, "Oh, Will's resistance," and he lied, and he pulled it off immaculately. Because you always assume when someone's playing the first time, they won't lie, or they'll just play it
they
straight.
Don't know how. Yeah.
You know, and like if they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good," and they're not, you'll be able to tell in their voice or their
Yeah.
face. He's pretty good, pretty fucking good.
Talk about that for fucking hours.
Yes,
Jeez.
it boils down to a game of lying with your friends.
Yeah. You lie to your friends and make enemies. Another good one that's like that is diplomacy.
It's
I can go on about.
I do want to
games,
say
so-
it's hard to.
That's a whole other podcast.
It's hard to lie, or it's hard to play that game when you have friends like one of ours with the initials E.T. His last name. If you're not going from something,
I don't know.
if you're not going from somewhere, you're going.
Two.
Yeah, two. There
Tooey,
you go.
oh, fucking Tooey is the greatest.
This is a shout out to motherfucking Tooey.
He's the greatest.
Dude, you are the greatest. You are throwing shit off left and right. No one knows if you're good, you're bad, you're ugly.
Exactly.
You know, like no one.
Exactly.
All I can say is Brian, once again, would play with us. He said when we were playing that game, he felt like he was hanging out in L.A. because he looks like Blake from Workaholic.
Dude, he has several like pictures. It's great on his Facebook of him like posing with people who thought he was Blake
Nice.
from
That's awesome.
Workaholics.
I've seen. Oh,
And he'll be like, "Oh yeah, oh, that's cool. Let's take a picture." And then after they take the picture, he's like, "I'm not Blake."
I've seen these series online where they do that. It's like, oh yeah, just chilling at the weight room with Dwight Howard, and it's
He
like,
owns it.
that's not Dwight Howard, sir. You know, it's like people
Yeah.
tweeting shit out.
If you looked just like somebody, would you own it though too? You'd
Fuck
be
yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, sure, whatever. Let's take a
Yeah,
picture."
let's take a hit of that bong or whatever. That's what workaholics probably get offered. Beers or like, you know, hits of drugs.
You know, it's really
I got some
great.
mushrooms. I remember that episode. You're on mushrooms in your office. You
The-
must really take mushrooms, right?
The original Spider-Man, what's his name?
Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Look up like fan pics of Tobey Maguire. He's got like fans on his back and shit.
Oh, my
with
God.
Him, like with this ridiculous big grin on his face, like yeah, and, like him like burying his face into fans' breasts, you know, fucking like
And them doing like this web shooter like pose.
Yeah, he takes like the greatest fan pics for sure. Tobey Maguire, you gotta look there. Or, no, Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood was the first Spider-Man. That's who I'm thinking of. Elijah Wood. You gotta look up the Elijah Wood fan pics. It's
Elijah Wood was
hilarious.
never Spider-Man. Oh, no. I took a big swig of that road.
I don't know. I'm drunk. We're both drunk.
Dude, it's gross.
It's good.
Yeah, so sweet. Me matey. Toby. I'm gonna try Toby. Toby Wong. Toby Wong. Toby.
No, I'm thinking about The Hobbit. I'm thinking about Elijah Wood.
Oh.
I had it wrong with the Spider-Man. He was never Spider-Man. Got that all fucked up.
Elijah.
Because I'm drunk. Elijah Wood fan pics. That's what you need. Fuck Toby.
Drunk at 10:32. Look at these fan pics and it's him with his shirt off there. Of course. Why am I gonna look up Elijah Wood fan pics? Because it's gonna send me some fucking Elijah Wood like fan fic site where they're just making stories up about him having sex with the guy from Rudy. Oh, they're out there. Oh, they're out there. They're out there. Not that I know.
Of course.
It's all a dream, man.
Google it and you will know.
Boom.
Here's
Oh,
a
come
good
on.
way to lucid dream. Every day when you open up your internet browser, the first thing that you Google for is, am I in a dream? Am I dreaming? You just Google.
Google will answer all your
Am I
questions.
dreaming? You know.
So we will. This is NC-17 Sam Frodo called Love and Lust. Graphic smut, possible orcness,
What are you looking
bad
up?
English.
What did you Google? I can't even see what's on your screen.
I know.
It's like,
Everyone thinks Legolas is gay. I mean, come on.
Of course they do.
He has blonde flowing hair and he walks around all pretty and perfect.
In a world where Legolas is gay.
And the way he talks. There we go. That's hot.
Did you look up Elijah Wood takes the best fan pics?
I looked up fanfic pics and it didn't look good. Everyone thinks Legolas is gay.
Of
I mean,
course.
come on. He has blonde flowing hair. He walks around all pretty and perfect. And the way he talks just leaves you in awe. Oh boy, now I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
Sam is sleeping now. He's usually a good sleeping buddy. But he
Why
was
you even
real tired from this afternoon. We all played in the river. Pippin, Mary, Sam, and I. I being Frodo Baggins.
What are you
We were all splashing each other and just playing around and having a blast. Then Pippin dared Sam and me to go over to the bush and make out.
What is this?
I was up for
I
it.
don't even know what this is.
I was up for a challenge. It's entitled Frodo the Sex God. I was up for a challenge, so I accepted. That's the makeout session. Sam, on the other hand, was making excuses. He said he wanted to dry off. Well, I sure as hell dried him off when we were behind the bush. After we finished our, and I stress this, it's in quotes, make-out session. Imagine what make-out could be.
Reading this.
The make-out could be fuck session, I hope.
Why?
Let me reread this. After we finished our fuck session behind the bush, Mary and Pippin were asking us what happened. We met them coming out of the river. Sam didn't want to say. Him being the smart, chubby, tubby buddy he is. Oh, God, that's awesome. But I, on the other hand, had no problem explaining. First, I started. Pushed him on the ground. I brushed his hair away from his face. I kissed him softly. Then it went on from there. I looked at Pippin and Mary. They were really into this. So I continued. We kissed the whole time. Started to pull off his pants, but he didn't want me to. So I pulled off mine instead. We stopped kissing. He saw me. I was getting hard. I wanted him to touch me so bad, and I wanted to touch him so bad. But I heard noises from you two in the river, so that didn't happen. I put back on my pants and kissed him again on the lips. I knew he wanted me, so I didn't kiss him again.
What the fuck?
What a fucking tease. I looked at Pippin and Mary. They were so intrigued. Then I glanced at Sam before I continued. He was a little embarrassed. He was looking at the ground. I touched his shoulder and he looked up at me. I smiled at him and continued. As I was moving away from the bush, he pushed me on the ground with full force. As I tried to get up, he just kept pushing me down. Now I knew what he wanted. If you want me, you have me, I said as I gave him a smirk. He kissed my lips softly, tenderly. He had me pinned onto the ground, so all I could do was he there on the hard ground. Wait, he had me pinned onto the ground, so all I could do was lie there on the hard ground. He kissed me again, this time more passionately. He touched my face, continued to kiss me. He moved his hand down my neck and onto my left arm, very specifically. His hands were a little cold. I shivered as he touched me. Ooh. He removed his lips from mine and went on to my neck. I enjoyed this very much. As he was kissing me, he moved his hand
I don't even know where I am
onto
right
my
now.
stomach.
What the fuck?
I knew him too well, but he knew what I wanted and what I liked. He was edging for my cock. He started to slip his fingers into my pants, and with one quick movement, he pulled them off.
Is this Frodo Baggins? Or
He was touching me all over. He knew what I wanted, but did we have the time? Of course. We always had the time. And then we move down to the end of the story, and we see, and we go to the last line.
No. You've already.
Dude, do you know how
started
long the
this.
story is?
I don't know, but you started it.
Okay.
What the fuck is this anyway? You didn't
It's a
even tell
fan
me what-
fiction. It's a Frodo/Sam fan fiction. As he stopped.
Why did you even look this up?
No, it was interesting. This is Richard Linklater. This is the director
Oh,
in the movie.
It's his fan fiction.
No. He's playing pinball and talking to the guy. You know, he just said I was
but I
starting to
know
think I'm
that,
dead.
But what was the fucking shit you were just
Okay.
reading?
as he stopped kissing me and stared into my
I-
eyes as if he was
I
going to
know.
ask me something.
God damn it.
I heard even more
He's
voices
doing
by
it
you
again.
guys.
Oh god.
We better stop before Legolas or Aragon find out. I whispered to him.
Stopping him now.
He helped me put my pants back on, and then we walked out from behind the bush in the water's edge of the
Jesus.
beach where Mary and Pippin were meeting us.
Okay, I regret it. You could stop.
Okay, can I go to the end now and read the last
Yes,
line?
yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'll
I'm
read-
sorry.
I'll read a couple of lines to end it. That morning I awoke to breakfast being cooked over an open fire. Sam was sitting next to me. He must have gotten a blanket when he got up because it was on me and partially on him. Morning, Mr. Frodo, he said as I sat up. Your pants are in the pile of clothes by the river. I figured you had either done something with someone and put them there, or you were hot during the night for some reason and took them off. Sam. I started. You can stop being so formal. It's Frodo. Just Frodo. No Mr. Frodo anymore. Oh, no Mr. Frodo anymore. You got that?
Okay.
He nodded and we kissed for a brief second.
I got that.
Argon walked over to the fire with a grin on his face. He looked at me and then chuckled. I just smiled and stared at the fire. Then Legolas, Merry, and Pippin came over to the fire. We were all eating breakfast together. And to me, last night was just a vivid dream. Holy shit.
Boom.
Dude, we looked that up
Boom.
I looked that up randomly.
Sorry, I probably
I
blew
looked-
that up there.
No, I had it down low. Dude, I looked that up randomly, and it ended with vivid dream. Huh.
Huh.
That's pretty... That's
I
pretty...
told you
I
this was
think
a
I think
dream.
I'm following what you're saying here, and I am not real.
It is a dream.
I am not real.
Neither of us are.
It's
in
like
fact.
Philip K. Dick in the
listener.
Book of Acts.
Neither of us are. We're both a dream of the listener.
Oh, of the person listening, eh?
Yes, the person who's listening right now is dreaming us.
Well, if you're dreaming this, then this statement will also be a dream, but it is true. I just blacked out for the last hour and 48 minutes, so I can't be responsibly held for what I have just said. I'm a wicked man who's committed wicked acts.
This is a dream.
This is all a dream.
You are not listening to a podcast.
Why? They might be just... They don't have to be sleeping. They could be...
Well, you have to be sleeping to be in a dream.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so you are... But you're already asleep. You're not, You're driving, but you're already asleep.
Unless it's a waking dream, and this is your
Wake-up call.
waking life.
End of podcast. Thank you. Episode's done.
Wrap
Put
it
it
up.
on the books.
Wrap it up.
Put it on the books.
Wrap it up.
It's been wrapped. Rally Firewall. That sounds like a cool... That looks like a cool pinball machine, man.
But in the end, though, he dies, right? He's dead.
Is he dead?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I feel like I'm dead.
Maybe we're all dead.
I'm dead from the waist down.
You died, and now you're listening to this fucking podcast.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the first independent computer animated film. I just figured it all out by reading.
Got it there. All right.
Because it was 2001.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there you go. I getcha.
Computer is the key word.
It is, yes.
Not
yes,
just independent animated film, but independent computer animated film.
Oh. He disappears from view. Does he die? Does he die? They used some apples. Some old school apples. The computer. Not like the fruit.
They just threw apples at it.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
This gets pretty good ratings, to be perfectly honest. It has 80% on Rotten Tomato, which is nothing to scoff at.
It's a good movie.
I enjoy it.
I like it.
It'll
It'll open your mind to some shit that you've never thought about before.
Right, exactly.
But don't take it as gospel. There's definitely
No, it's more of I would say it's more of like a call to expand the way you
Yeah.
think about life
Yeah.
in general. Just even in general.
Yeah.
You're not
But
even
do
just...
your own research on it. Look it up.
Right. I mean,
Read
this
about
movie's
it.
about lucid dreaming is part of it, but also like the meaning of life, basically.
Yeah.
Like how do we understand our lives? It's very existential. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Like, what if the way I
Like Fight
experience
Club, that's
life-
what it opened my mind, like that movie. Like, oh yeah, well, you know what? Maybe I am more important than the group. I'm a self-indulgent asshole now. I have my own show.
Whoop-de-doo.
And then, like I just listen to myself every day and edit the show every fucking day. So I'm just completely self-absorbed. Hooray. My life is complete.
You are yourself. You are your podcast. You are your microphone.
Destiny.
You are your movie.
And here it comes.
The never-ending
Von
shit.
Hedrick.
It's the never-ending shit of life pouring from the tubes of the sewers that are a desolation. You are the drippage that comes out the assholes of the rich and impoverished. You are the sliders that they eat at night so that they can shit hard after they drink their bottle of rum and spit on your face as you're dreaming.
We're drinking rum right now, too. We're rich assholes.
In your dream, you're getting came on by the fucking king of Egypt, The Sultan of the Czar.
The Sultan of SWAT. The
But
great
in-
Bambino Babe Ruth coming
But in
on your
reality,
face.
the president's spitting in your face.
And by spit, I also mean cum. Cum a dum in your tum. Just like rum. And the end of waking life occurs at this moment, sir.
As you float away.
Just wake up. He had another false wake up, false whatever. What do you call that? Like a false awakening or something?
So, if you are curious whether or not either of us are a dream, all you have to do is refer to any other recording of this show and bada bing.
And that will also be a dream that you created. So congratulations.
Probably not, though. That's kind of proof.
You can't dream this shit up, people. It is, believe it or not, this show is not scripted. That's just silence.
I mean, what?
It's not scripted.
The booze were made long ago.
Great job. We did a great job today, sir. We did something for humanity.
Yeah, man. I think we opened some people's minds up.
I
to,
think we're providing a service
lucid dreaming.
for mankind. I hope so.
You know?
Lucid dreaming is a phenomenal
And,
event to occur in your life. Stephen Prince in the old credits. Good guy. Craig A. Foote, Jason T. Hodge, Guy Forsyth. Producer-director Steven Soderbergh is in here. Soderbergh. Adam Goldberg, Brent Green, R.C. Whitaker, Jaime Samuelson, David Martinez, Ryan Power, Tiana Hux, Speed Levitch. I love that guy's name is Speed. Marta Banda. Charles Murdoch here. That sounds like a perfect reporter's name.
And all these names are in your mind.
Lewis Black.
I'm dead.
Richard. You calling it quits? Woo! We're calling it quits, folks.
You're literally just like reading.
Oh, well, yeah. I
names.
like to read names sometimes. It's fun. Sometimes people have names like Falconer. We would miss the last name Falconer if we had ended the show early.
No, I love the name Falconer.
We're ending the show
My
on...
best friend Speed Falconer is an awesome man.
That is a fucking badass name.
Speed Falconer.
I hope that he's a superhero.
He is badass. He is.
It's called falconry.
What he does is he makes my dreams take flight on the wings of an eagle.
Falconer of speed.
Lord of his realm.
Lord of Israel and his realm. His realm of Israel.
I want to get a falcon, but I don't know about its speed.
Thankfully, his first name is Speed. Okay, well, yeah, the show's over, so thank you for coming. Stick around. Stick around? We're going. We're leaving. Stay tuned to the Movie Buzz podcast and future episodes featuring Andy Milder from Weeds and Domino fame, which we will be watching. He said he's in there for he's sneeze and you'll miss it. So
The credits are all bouncing.
yeah. So join
Or am
us
I just
for
drunk?
the movie Domino and actor Andy Milder of Weeds fame on the next and upcoming episodes of Movie Buzzed.
Or maybe it was all a dream.
Profound.
All of it's a dream.
It's time for Movie Buzz. It is time for Movie Buzz. Tell your mom, your sister, and your cousin it's time for Movie Buzz. Here comes your host, Zach, carrying a six-pack. Come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for Movie Buzz. Yeah, come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for Movie